Hello everyone and welcome to Miss Key's classroom. My name is Rachel and today we are going to be talking about how to survive your first week at a new school. Someone on my Instagram actually requested this video, but I thought it was a great idea because there'll be so many graduates who are starting their first teaching position, as well as people who are maybe moving schools for the first time as we approach term 1. So in this video, I'll be sharing my tips and tricks for how you can not only survive, but thrive at a new school. So at the beginning of 2021, I started a position at a new school and I was incredibly nervous to do so. Even though I already knew a couple of people at the school, I was still very overwhelmed and very terrified about learning everything that I needed to and forgetting things and knowing where everything was. So in this video, I'm going to share my tips that I picked up along the way so that you can have a smooth start to your new teaching position, whether you're a graduate or an experienced teacher starting at a new school. Okay, let's start off with the essentials to learn during your first week. Often your first week will be in week 0, so the week before students get back, and there will be so much information to take in. But you don't need to take in it all. You're not going to be able to remember every single thing. So these are the things that I suggest you try and really remember, or that you write down or take note of. So first off, take note of what learning management system the school uses and how much they use it. Learning management systems are used to a varying degree in different schools. Some of them are like Daymap and Canvas, and some schools rely very heavily on them and they use them for everything, like contacting parents, putting up homework and assignments, marking the roll and all of those things. Other schools just use it for marking the roll. So find out what learning management system the school uses, and then also to what degree you're going to need to use it as well. If it's something that you're unfamiliar with, go on YouTube and watch a crash course in it. Find out how to use that system so that if something comes up, you'll be like, okay, I sort of know how to use this, it's going to be all right. My next tip is to find out what email system they use. Some schools have different ones, some government schools all use the same one, and so find out what your email is and how you can access it as well. In week 0, you'll be bombarded with emails from the school, and so make sure you can actually access that email so that you can read the important emails and you don't miss anything that you need to know. The next thing to find out is the reliefs system. We all get sick, we all need days off, and so it's important to know who to call and when if you do need to set a relief. Most high schools, or at least the ones I've worked in, do the reliefs for you. So you call up or you message and you say, I'm away today, I need reliefs for this lesson, and this lesson. Other schools, it might be that you have to organize them yourself. So that's really important to find out. A lot of schools will give you a handbook with sort of basic information about the school in it, and often that will tell you what the relief process is. But if it doesn't, ask someone else. Ask them what the process is. You know, is it a number that you call? Is it an email? What time do you have to let them know by? So find out what the process is. It's different at every school. So make sure you understand who you need to call, when you need to call them, what you need to tell them, and what you need to do. Okay, this next one is a little bit silly, but it's super important. Make sure you find out where the bathrooms are. Often you'll be taken on a school tour, and if you're in a high school, a lot of high schools are really massive and they've got all these rooms and you're trying to take everything in. So take note when you're on a school tour, or ask someone where the staff toilets are as well. It seems really obvious, but when you're trying to remember a million things, the last thing you're thinking about is where the bathroom is. The next thing is something that you need to get rather than something that you need to learn, and that is your keys. So you need to find out where you get your keys from and how you're issued them, and also which specific keys you need. Often schools don't give out master keys to the whole school, and they'll just give keys to the specific areas of the school that you'll be using. So find out which one you need and how you get them as well. You don't want to be stuck not being able to get into your classroom because you've forgotten to get your keys issued to you. Alright, last thing you need to learn is who your coordinator is. So if you're at a high school, you will be part of a faculty. For example, I am part of the English faculty at my current school. And so you need to find out who the coordinator of your faculty is and go and introduce yourself to them. See if there's something specific that they need you to do or that they want you to know. Maybe they have resources that they're ready to give you, or unit plans or the term planner or something like that. So go and introduce yourself and find out if there's anything specific from them that you need to know. So those are the things that I'd suggest you need to learn. And so now let's move on to just a few little random tips that I'd have for you as well. Number one would be bring something to write things down on. I carry a notebook with me all the time, and I'm always jotting down notes in that. Because like I said earlier on, in your first week, you're going to be bombarded with information, and so take a notebook to write things down in. You can use your phone as well if you'd rather take notes on your phone, or you can voice record, whatever it is. But make sure you've got something to write things down on. Next thing is to attend the new teacher meetings or the induction activities that the school will put on. Remember how earlier on I said that you need to have access to your email? Well, this is why. Often in week 0 or just before week 0, someone will send out a timetable for the week, and it will have all the meetings for the week. And so in that, you need to look for anything that mentions new teachers to the school, or first year teachers, or induction, and you need to go to those things. Most likely you won't be the only new teacher, so go to those induction activities and make some new friends. All those people there will be in the exact same boat as you, and so it's a great opportunity to meet some like-minded people and maybe make a new friend or two as well. Next thing, if you are not sure about something, ask. I spoke about this in my first video about my top tips for graduate teachers, but it also applies to teachers who are starting at a new school as well. There's going to be so much to learn, and maybe things are completely different than the school that you've been at previously. So make sure you ask for help when you need it. Find someone who you feel comfortable asking questions to. Maybe it's someone in your office or someone that you already know at the school, and ask them the questions that you have, or ask them for help when you need it. All right, next one. This sort of follows on from my previous 2 tips, but it is to talk to people. There's going to be so many meetings and so many chances for you to meet new people during week 0 or during your first week. And so go up and talk to people. Introduce yourself. Tell them about where you're from or what you're teaching, anything like that. I'm naturally quite a shy person when I'm meeting new people, and so I find it really difficult to just go up and talk to people that I don't know. But you've got to be brave, have some courage, and go up and introduce yourself, because you never know, you might introduce yourself to your new work bestie, or maybe a colleague who you end up collaborating with later down the line. So take any opportunity you get to introduce yourself to new people. All right, last but not least, this one relates to the students. The first time I've actually mentioned the students, I think, in this video. This one's been sort of more about week 0 in the lead up to meeting the students. But the last couple of tips are about what to do as a new teacher at a school when you first meet your class. I'll have more of a video about this coming a bit later, but this is just a sort of overall some advice for you as you meet your new classes. My first bit of advice would be to be honest with your students. Tell them that you're new and that you don't know your way around yet, and that you'll get lost and that you might be late to a lesson. They will appreciate that more than you trying to cover up the fact that maybe you don't quite know what's going on yet, or you don't know how to use the email or the projector or something like that. So be honest with the students that you're new and that you need them to help you maybe sometimes and teach you how to do things. My last tip relates to all teachers, not just teachers who are starting at a new school, but it is to let the students get to know you and to tell them about yourself. It might come as a bit of a shock, but in my experience, students actually want to get to know you just as much as you want to get to know them. So give it a go. Tell them a bit about yourself, maybe what school you've come from, or if you've just finished uni. If you're starting in term 1, tell them something exciting that you did over the holidays, or something that you wish you'd done over the holidays. And you'll find that that they'll actually really appreciate that, because they do really want to get to know you even if they don't show it. And so take the time to let them get to know you and to get to know them as well. I have a video coming over the next few weeks about building relationships with a new class, so I'll expand on these ideas a little bit more during that one. But for now, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. And to everyone who's starting at a new school over the next few weeks, all the best. You're going to absolutely smash it. If you've got any questions, feel free to DM me on Instagram or comment below on this video and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. But for now, have a wonderful day and I'll see you all very, very soon. Bye.